Welcome to Karkom Cards and Comics. We are back again with part 3 of our duels. We each bring a character to the table. We have to argue for why they could win in a fight. There's no script, no nothing. I didn't even give him a chance to say hi, so why don't you do that?
Sup?
See, and that's all we get because it's not scripted either. He doesn't even know what to say. Okay, so this time I guess we're just gonna get right into it. I feel like you don't have a hat. I shouldn't wear a hat if you don't have one. It's not fair. Everything here needs to be fair. Who I think you brought this time is the granddaddy. I think you brought your guy. I think today is the day Juggernaut actually makes his appearance in Duel.
Okay.
I kind of felt like you wanted to go there, and then for obvious reasons you're like, nah, I'm just gonna give it a little bit, but now you're just like, it's time.
I'm thinking Stephanie told you, didn't she?
No. I started second guessing myself too, and was like, maybe he thought of Juggernaut, bringing Juggernaut this time, and so this time it's actually just the Blob. But I was doubling down. I think today's Juggernaut.
Okay. Well, if you think I brought the Juggernaut, I haven't put much thought into who you were bringing. I got nothing. I'm just gonna guess that. Because you did a Marvel character last week. We both did Marvel characters last week. We've done Image. We've done Dark Horse. So DC hasn't been touched yet. And I guess you did DC last week, but I guess I'll say it again. Maybe you went Brainiac.
Brainiac? That'd be an interesting pick, but no.
No?
Not today.
Okay.
This character that I picked is actually closer to my heart. It's one of the fam, you know. So
is it Howard the Duck?
No, it's not Howard. That would be an interesting fight, but no, not Howard.
All right. Well, you revealed last week first, so I'll go this week. I'll give you a couple hints to see if you can guess it.
Okay.
A lot of people say when how does it go? The immovable force meets the unstoppable object or something like that?
Okay. So it's either Blob or Juggernaut right off rip.
Right. You could describe my character as probably either of those. This character, he hunted his first bear at 8 years old. He's fought bulls and fascists. He let the bulls live.
Okay, so
he was both a giant of a man and a great athlete at one point.
So I guess I'm leaning towards maybe Colossus.
His real name.
Oh yeah, this will give it away.
Is Eugene Judd.
Eugene Judd. No. I don't know for sure. I'm having this flashback of the X-Men Evolutions cartoon, and where Jean always calls the Blob. She just calls them Dukes, I think. So okay, so yeah, I'm not sure about Eugene Judd. I don't know.
Well, this guy, he's actually not a mutant.
Okay.
He's a Capricorn.
Okay.
It's a he. And he loves to quote Shakespeare in battle.
Okay, I don't know.
Okay, so the character I went with this week is one of my boys. I went with Puck.
Oh, okay. All right. Dang. Well, he's about to get his ass beat. No, just because I brought power this time.
I figured by depowering it might throw you off a little, since we were kind of
wrestled a bear at 8 years old.
Yes, he wrestled a bear at 8 years old.
That little teeny. What? Oh, it must have been a baby bear.
Puck wasn't always small though. He was actually rather a large man.
That's right, isn't it? Through like the ebony blade or something. He gets his power from like some sort of sword.
Yes, it is the Black Blade of Baghdad.
Okay.
And the blade itself isn't what shrunk him, but the blade was cursed by Black Razor. So when Puck found the blade and claimed it as his own, Black Razor actually escaped the blade and attacked him. And after the battle and all that stuff, Puck ended up winning, but was cursed when Black Razor now resides in Puck's body. And by doing so, the curse basically shrunk him. Although it did lengthen his lifespan, increase his strength and all that stuff, agility, but it does cause him great pain, and yeah, that's why Puck's a dwarf.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll give you some hints about my character here. They are also not a mutant. They actually got their powers collectively as a group. They went to outer space. They got battered with cosmic rays. And then they all came back, and they each had individual different powers.
So you went with your boy Reed.
I went with his wife.
The Invisible Woman.
The Invisible Woman. Like you're, like I thought you would probably expect me to do Reed because I was expecting you to be like, I'm using my A-list guy, right? So I thought you would see that too and come gunning for it. But I wanted to leave it, just this character, not reveal any gender on it. But Sue, I feel, is highly underrated, and I think her power set is incredibly strong. So, I really thought you'd have to bring somebody insane to actually win.
And I did.
Okay. All right, so let's fight it then.
Puck is super underrated. I will say that...
oh, yeah, run through the powers that he has and stuff first.
Okay.
And then I'll do the same.
So, over the course of Puck's comic book life, he's superhuman strength, superhuman speed, superhuman durability, superhuman agility, superhuman reflexes, superhuman stamina. He has extended longevity because of the curse. He's able to put himself into a death-like coma. I don't know how that'll benefit him, but he can do that. I kind of did that yesterday after a few too many brewskis. He's a skilled martial artist. He's highly intelligent. He's basically like, his makeup is like a compressed rubber physiology, so he can like bounce around because of this curse. So yeah, and he in the comics he's not always a dwarf. Like I said, he started out and he was actually a large man. There's my boy Puck.
That's a newer version of him, but
yeah, a lot of the times you'll see him with the full hood on and everything. At one point they discovered something called the Fire Fountain, which
that's what he looks like on Alpha Flight number 1.
I have that. No, wait. Yeah, I have that book. At one point, Puck finds what's called the Fire Fountain, and it actually cures a lot of, it cures you of anything, basically, which, in Puck's case, cured him of his dwarfism. So he became tall again, but after he became tall, he discovered that threw his whole balance and center of gravity off. And then they found out that that wasn't the Fire Fountain that did that. Loki was actually just messing with him. So after they found out, they tracked Loki down and convinced him to remove the effects, which returned his dwarfism, because of the curse from Black Razor. So I thought that was just kind of a funny little tidbit, like Loki was just messing around. I was like, hey, let me cure you. And by the way, now you're screwed for the rest of your life. So
everything that made you unique and cool is now gone.
Yeah, now you're just an old man who's tall, but you can't walk for shit because you have no center of gravity anymore.
And then he had to change his name from Puck to what, like basketball?
I don't even know what they'd call him then. Just old,
Or-
uncoordinated.
Or one of
man.
those stones that they push since he's Canadian.
But yeah, he does get the nickname because when he's like fighting and stuff, he's just bouncing all over the place and he looks like a hockey puck. So that's how he got his nickname Puck. So let's hear about what the Invisible Woman can do.
Okay.
I know from the movies, which is basically concrete fact, she can only do one power at a time, and then it causes her nose to bleed. So there's that. Just saying.
Well, she has a lot more power than just becoming invisible or making other things invisible. Say, like your irises of your eye, which can just make it so you're completely blinded. Which I thought was really awesome when she did that in the Marvel Zombies series. She was just like, all the zombies just like are blind now because she just focused on that part of their eye. But she can actually manipulate color in general because the way that the wavelengths actually bend. She can change the color of basically anything. She once altered her
I don't know
hair
what
color.
to do with my hands.
She altered her hair color like this or made the thing pink just for no reason.
Well, there's a superpower.
She has the force fields, of course, and then she can make different things out of those shit, like barriers and force fields. She can make...
Imagine if she turned the Superman pink.
Yeah, the kryptonite.
Do you guys know what happens when he's around pink kryptonite? Look it up.
She could just make
Crazy.
make it like that for all the time, just anything. But not only can she make like rectangular planes or circle planes to like stand on and use them to fly around, but she can also make them into weapons like daggers, swords, spears, what have you. You know, so anything. So even with a small amount of force, she can like throw them really far. She also can just create bubbles and expand them. So they're like in the 90s cartoon, when she was mind controlled by, I believe it was the Puppet Master, but she became a supervillain named Malice. She actually just wrapped the Thing's head in a bubble and just let him suffocate. And like the only thing he could do is like try to punch it to actually like break it, but like he wasn't even strong enough to do that. She just had to like basically shut it off herself.
Talk about being stuck between a rock and a hard place, right?
That's about right. She can fly, like I said with that, she can fly upwards of only about 25 miles an hour, but she does become fatigued by that concentration after about 4 hours. These force fields can also prevent telekinesis from passing through them, which actually saved her from an attack from Jean Grey. So that's kind of cool. Let's see. She can do shock waves. She has an awareness to cosmic rays, and her retina are able to actually detect cosmic rays as well as any visible light. She has when she actually was powered up by the power cosmic, she was then able to see the invisible as well, which wasn't just like see like sight, but she could actually like see someone's past and things like that. And then she could also make herself and other things intangible. She is an amateur actress. She can put Mary Jane to shame. She's an expert sailor.
Jessica Alba sure couldn't.
A proficient martial artist. I guess really the biggest weaknesses that's on here is like her concentration is definitely what powers her abilities. So it's easy to if you can do something to break through that, then you know that's one of her weaknesses. And sound waves are another one of her weaknesses. But yeah, that's basically it.
Sound waves, like the sound of a hockey puck bouncing off walls.
Maybe. I don't know how distracting that can be to the concentration, but
Pretty, especially when it's done by a dwarf.
so basically I have to ask then, how is he going to combat how does he get through the force field?
Yeah. That's a toughie. That's a toughie. Maybe what he does is he puts himself in one of those death-like comas and waits her out.
Just waits for her.
And just waits it out because he's not going to need to breathe much while he's in one of those comas. And her power's got a limit. Like I said, nosebleeds.
4 hours.
Yeah. So, now, fun fact about Puck. I just want to throw this out there.
Okay.
Because he has been killed before in the comics. He was killed by the Collective. And when he went to Hell, he fought his way and earned his way up to hold one of the thrones in Hell. And then when he realized that his teammates in Alpha Flight were in trouble, he just left. And just came back to Earth to help his teammates. So if she does manage to kill him, he's just going to come back anyway. Not saying he's immortal, because he can be killed, but he can just leave that bitch when he wants. Like, yo.
That's hilarious. Like, there was no gatekeeper, no head to stop him from just leaving.
Well,
nothing.
He holds one of the thrones of Hell, so like he's in charge of his little area.
Yeah, that's just hilarious to me. That's how everybody just comes back from the dead in comics.
If they go to Hell,
they just walk off.
If you go to heaven, you're screwed. There's no leaving that place.
You can't just fall off a snake way and come up through the desk.
Maybe. I mean, Snake Way's got pretty high walls, so if you fall off, you're just clumsy, like a tall Puck.
Like a tall Puck.
Just saying, he's immortal.
Yeah, that's great. That's hilarious. But I really don't think that there's much that he can do against this type of power set, even with like sword versus sword, even. Like, I mean, if it came down to that,
he'll eat your cats.
He will? Or he will?
Alf and Puck are homies. So, basically, Puck has no chance of beating the Invisible Woman because her power set is just amazing. And I did bring a severely powered down character. I was just thinking that the way the creep was going, he wasn't going to go higher and maybe he'll go lower, but he went even higher, so...
Well, like, I think that's really what it comes down to is that, like I was preparing for Juggernaut. You know, I was really like, the Sue might be able to do it, maybe, but like that's where I wanted to be with the argument is like yeah, she can pick him up, she can toss him places.
Yeah, but he keeps coming back. Yeah,
but
the thing with Juggernaut
he'll come back.
He doesn't need oxygen.
Right, so like, that's how she's gonna beat Puck and just about anybody is like.
I did like a while back you said something about something she can do, or she can basically just create a force field in your head and just make your head pop off.
Yeah, because that's how she killed the zombie version of Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Is like because like Reed is really resilient to any type of attack as well, but. Like, with these pinpoint accuracies of being able to pinpoint parts of the brain, even. Like, because if she wants to see it, she can just make part of your head invisible to actually, like, be like, all right here. And, like, she doesn't even have to use, like, whatever blades that she can make with the force field. She can just generate the force field wherever she wants.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. When you think about the Fantastic Four, she always comes across as like the weak link, if you will, because everyone loves Reed, everyone loves the Thing, everyone loves the Human Torch, and then I feel like she often gets super overlooked, and she's probably the most powerful of all of them. Reed's the smartest; he'll probably figure out a way to stop whoever he needs to stop. Thing is the strongest, so he could punch her if he had the chance, but does he have the chance? and she can just cocoon the Human Torch, and if a fire doesn't have oxygen, c'est la vie, you know? Well, I'm really glad I didn't bring the character I was gonna bring, which was Batroc the Leaper.
Oh yeah.
He wouldn't have even had an argument. I would have just walked away from the table at that point.
And I would just be sitting here talking to an empty chair, like,
Yeah.
like, what do you think? Do you think he could stomp through the gun?
I would have left my notes.
Invisible Woman? No. Well, this is one of our longest fights because of how one-sided it was. But I like the character. I like it. It's a deep dive.
I love Puck. He's one of my favorite characters. I have his first appearance. You got me the action figure. That little... I should have brought that to show you guys. I have to bring that next time. But I got that. Like, he's just such a funny-looking character. Bizarre. Like, you wouldn't expect him to be... To be in the world of superhumans and mutants and all that, but you know, he holds his own, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, and that's one thing about you too, is that you like these unique characters.
Yeah.
I mean, you still like some popular characters like Venom.
Yeah, Venom's probably my second overall favorite character.
Gambit.
You know, I love me some Remy, you know?
But like, he likes Sugar Man. He likes Puck.
MODOK.
Yes.
You know,
the odd characters that wouldn't be made today because of some sort of stigma or just the oddness. Like, back then, they were like, let's make a character and call him Fin Man, and he'll just wear a fin.
That'd probably be my number 3 overall character. You would probably replace Gambit. I mean, we got Mangog. I love Mangog.
Yeah.
Maybe it's something with big heads. Do I have a thing for big heads?
Maybe.
MODOK, Mangog,
Sugar Man,
and Puck. He's just basically a round ball. Maybe that's what it is. You know, I do like Ego too. I could have brought Ego to the fight.
Yeah. I don't know how Invisible Woman would deal with a planet.
That'd be a rough one, but
yeah,
maybe that's a story for another day.
Another day.
I do have a question for you.
Okay.
What's that smell?
Doogie.
I'm sorry, that clip has been stuck in my head all day. It's from the movie No Holds Barred. Hulk Hogan rips some guy out of a car, and the guy literally shits his pants. It's great. There's a 1-hour loop on YouTube. I highly encourage you to watch it.
Watch all hour and 14 seconds 4 times in a row.
If you have proof that you've completed that, we will shout you out in the next video.
Yes. I think that's fair to say. I will do that as well. Well, thank you, though, for stopping by and watching us rant about a couple of characters. I do think it's cool. I didn't know this initially. It's something I learned recently, but the Fantastic Four are supposed to be based on the 4 elements, like with Reed being water, and then fire, earth, and Sue is air.
So you're saying with these powers combined,
well, they don't have heart.
They never have heart. Doom was supposed to be the heart, and he's corrupted.
Yeah. I don't know.
They could almost... Oh, maybe that's my next character.
Doom or Planet?
Heart.
Okay.
Just the guy who has the heart ring. That's it.
What is his name? Mowgli?
The Indian kid with the worst power out of all the rings.
Heart. It's like...
Everyone else says it all badass. Earth, wind, water, fire, heart. Oh, yeah? I got a little pet monkey. He's cool. Not as cool as Alf.
Yeah, no, but who is? Right? All right, well, that kind of drug on a little bit. But thank you for stopping by and exploring our wonderful kingdom of Karkom. I appreciate you being here, even if it is just one video or all of them. I am making these into a playlist, so if you want to watch the other previous fights, go and do so. We also do unboxings. He just did one today as well that will be up here shortly. Or it's actually probably going to come out before this, but yeah, thank you, and
Check it out.
see you next time. Have a good day.
Peace.